Okay, so welcome everyone. We'll continue our journey, understanding of soul plan. We have seen different topics which will explain how really things takes place. This may answer some doubts, some questions, some provide you some clarity so that you can progress in your own sadhana, in your own meditation, in your own well-being. Because sometimes when we understand things in a proper way, that how really it takes place, it does help you understanding the big picture. Sometimes when we are under stress, under anxiety, under some situation which is not favorable to us, especially for new people, it is difficult at that time to start meditation, or whether it is pranayam, breathing side, or yoga side. And first question comes, how it gonna help, what it is all about. And that's what hopefully these sessions will clarify, that what is soul plan, what is pre-birth planning, how does it really help. So that doesn't matter whether you are in a what we call a good situation or a bad situation, positive, negative, all these things are subjective. For soul, it's just an experience. So today we will recap with examples. So we will see some examples which will help us understanding each of these subtopics, that how it truly takes place. So soul plan, as we have seen, that what is the goal, what is the reward, because here we are talking about true healing. The ultimate aim is to be joyful, to be always full of laughter, health, whether it is physical, emotional, whether it is, psychosomatic, mental, any element of it, we look at it, we feel truly blissful. We have seen that most of us learn through suffering. That means only when you are in trouble, what we call trouble means either, again, health-wise, mental, physical, emotional, or any other way, when we are in a situation, we either come across someone who suggests, try this, or we know about it, but we may have never followed, and then we start following it. So we have seen a lot that the learning come through what we call suffering, though it is again soul plan, but through suffering. So the question is, why can't we start beforehand? Our aim here is to improve what you think about yourself. What we call, depends how you understand this, because it could be a bit confusing sometimes, but self-love means love for yourself, means it's not ego. It is truly who you think you are. Each one of us has a story in our mind about ourselves. What is that story? Is it full of oneness? Is it full of true love? Or is it something else? So the idea, the goal, the reward is that, okay, we want to go somewhere where it is full of oneness. We include everyone. True love. These are the high positive elevated emotions. And to get emotional independence. So you are not dependent on others. What do they think about you? Now your well-being is in your hand. So you are healing from your false belief. And we all have some. I can't do this. I'm not good in this. Or this will never happen. We all have some stories in our mind. And those stories are so powerful because they have been developed over the period of time, many years, decades. So we truly believe in it. I'm good in this. I'm not good in that. So remember, the heart is a very special organ, not just for a blood flow and what it does to us emotionally. Heart also has neurons, same neurons what's in our brain. So don't think it's just the brain making all the decision. Heart actually has a very different, or you can say higher form of knowing than the mind. Mind is logical. So what happens is when we get into meditation, and which is the purpose of understanding all these topics, is why should I do meditation? How should I, start, or what I should expect? All those things automatically takes place when you understand it better and you are able to dilute your ego, your body. That means your mind and the body, because these are the two things which will disturb you in your meditation. To understand who you are, you have to meditate. And really, to meditate better, you have to understand these topics, and hence is good to know about how things works when it comes to our life. So what it does is not only you're diluting, you are dissolving your ego, your body and the mind issues. You are eradicating the typical low level emotions like fear. We are very judgmental. We have ego. We want to dictate everyone. We want to tell everyone what to do, but we don't want to listen from anyone. I want to do only what I want, but I want to tell everyone what to do. These kind of typical low level frequencies you want to eradicate from your life. You want to go away from. Because as you improve your frequency, you are moving higher and higher in terms of energy level. And this is where you will learn better and better who you are. You will be above the environment around you. Then it won't matter what other things about you, what others are saying about you. And you will move towards unconditional love. You will have better compassion towards others. So these are some of the things that we have to really see as the aim, as the goal of understanding this topic, sadhana, whichever way you take it. Because remember, universe is never punishing you. Universe never planned to punish you. What we call suffering, tough time, bad time, it is all part of a big picture, a reason. If we understand and we can kind of, guide our life through it, we will learn, we will be blissful, even if you are going through a hard time, because then you understand the big picture. If not, even when you are in a good situation, you will be worried, oh, this good time will end soon, or this, like some worries will always preoccupy your mind. So remember, with pre-birth planning process, there is a concept of free will. So you have planned everything upfront, but then there is free will. So we will see some examples and try to understand. But let's understand first that certain things, that how you can, overcome rather than getting suffocated by these negative emotions, situations in life, the environment. How can you heal and transform your challenges? The time that you are under these situations, you think nothing else can happen. I will never come out of these challenges because they are so strong. But this process will help you to overcome and heal yourself, because that is the most important part. As a soul, we want to heal. So let's recap what is the pre-birth planning process. So pre-birth planning is as a soul family, is a group of souls. Some of the souls will be in human incarnation and some will be there in the universe as your masters. So they help the souls who are already in human incarnation, and then they keep rotating kind of thing. So imagine as a soul family, and some are in human form, some are playing the master role, and then they take turns, means they come here to experience emotions, to improve their frequency, their energy, and then they keep moving towards what we call mukti. So this is the whole process. And as we learn, and learning could be challenging. It's not easy for soul to come in human form and learn because emotions are challenging. So free will is a concept where as a human form, we come with a plan, what we call the pre-birth planning. That, okay, my plan is to go through this emotion, and I will learn. However, when you come, you have a free will, means you decide at every point in your life whether you want to go left or you want to go right. You don't know in human form what exactly is your soul plan. So you keep making your choices. So either you will go in the direction of your soul plan or you may deviate. Deviation could be small, deviation could be big. Depending on the deviation, the universe will give you indications. Some indications will indicate that, guys, okay, something is happening, right? So universe may indicate that there is a deviation, small issue will come in your life. If the deviation keep increasing, you are either not able to understand the message or not understanding but not reacting. Then the message intensity will increase. Universe will again message you, indicate you that you are deviating from your path. As the deviation grows, the intensity grows. And we say, oh, a lot of challenges in my life. Like one example we took before was, okay, I cut my finger small. We say, okay, it happens. What's the big deal? Then I may break my finger. Okay, a little bit of fracture kind of thing. Then there may be multiple fracture. And then there may be a bigger accident or incident where I'm in ICU. So you see the intensity is increasing because I'm not understanding why it is happening with me. All these process, when we are understanding better, we first recognize the indication from the universe, and then we also recognize what it is trying to tell me. And if we can balance our life, come back to the, our the chosen path or the pre-planned path, the life goes beautifully. So in this example of free will, and these are all real examples from different workshops that I have gone through. Some are from different authors, like we talked about Robert Schwartz, we talked about the other authors in this field, Sonia, and there are many others. So these real examples does help to understand how this really takes place. So in one case, the soul A, what we are calling here is the person had a tendency to just accept anybody's wish. Like if someone tells me do this, I will do that. Why? Because I just have a tendency, I cannot say no, and I just follow the, whatever the order, follow the instruction, or follow the wish, request, whatever we call it. The other soul has the tendency to tell others what to do. So you see, one cannot defend himself or herself, a second one always telling others what to do. So they paired up and they said, okay, I will meet you at age 30. I never, listen to others. I've always told others what to do. So let's do one thing, we'll pair up. And this way, we will learn from each other. I will learn how to listen to others because I never listen. The other person will learn how to defend because I'm always just doing whatever others ask me to do. But in this situation, the plan was at age 30, you meet. However, this lady was in a situation where before age 30, she had a boss, which was always kind of, bullying or always, telling what to do, but aggressive way. And one day it was enough, and then she started defending herself to an extent that, okay, I don't want to work for you. I'm ready to go, but I will not accept this bullying. And that was enough for the boss to back off. So she didn't have to leave, but the boss backed off means she learned how to defend herself. That was her wish. That was the pre-birth planning. But the planning was at age 30, which was still having, like, she was around 27ish, so still a couple of years left. She was supposed to meet this person. After getting married, she had a plan that she will learn from him. However, she learned it before that age. So now there was no need for her to get married to him to learn that because she already learned it. And that's where the plan B comes. That means, okay, now This item is complete. Now you can go to plan B. That means you can get married to someone else to learn the other option. So as we make decisions in our life, the soul can pick plan B. And as a human being also, we keep picking A and B, knowingly or unknowingly. So both ways it happens. And what happens here is as you move, if you are choosing always wrong plan B, then you can go away. But this way, all the planning work is done. That means we decide who will be playing key role in our life and what we want to learn from them. But as things do change, we do have free will. So what will happen is when you are aware or you become aware, right, of that emotions, uh, as we understand ourselves. That's why meditation is so important. That's why we do meditation, because then only we learn who we are. Otherwise, we are always spending time to comment on others. In meditation, we go inward, we learn. So as we learn, and if we can take those emotions, what we are trying to work on, and you can hug like a child, the challenge will bring the true strength inside you. So don't hate, don't dislike, don't be worried about the challenge in your life. The challenge is like a teacher for you. It's making you learn something. It's for your benefit. So if we see the benefit, you will not hate or dislike or have negative feelings about the challenges. Challenges, in a way, are good. You planned it. So if you think challenges in this light, you're gonna love them. Yeah, for now, a lot of challenges. Doesn't matter. Again, it's your boss, it's your family member, it's your life, financial, career, or any other thing. What's happening? It's very difficult to understand. Oh, you are telling me I should love this situation. Doesn't matter how tough it is. It is for your benefit. The idea is to understand what it is trying to teach you. The moment we complete that learning, that challenge will go away. And that's an indication that you have learned that particular lesson in your life. And in the whole life, the soul is trying to learn one, two, maybe three maximum. Like very strong or powerful, or you can say the mature souls try to learn three, otherwise just one, two, or they're not learning 20 or 30 items in one lifetime. So you will see some repetition, some things happening again and again. So the moment you are overcoming and you are learning those things, the blissfulness, the peace, the happiness inside you will be tremendous, cannot be explained in words. So the moment you take your soul as your teacher, you will be thanking your soul that great, you had a perfect challenge, perfect planning in my life so that I improve. The moment you see improvement as an award, as a reward, your heart will be all full of gratitude. And that's the most important thing. This gratitude, which is a highly positive emotion, will increase your frequency, increase your overall journey towards mukti. It doesn't happen in one lifetime. The soul takes multiple lifetime in overcoming. And if you recall, initially we talked like you go through four, means you start from the mineral world, then you come to the plant kingdom, then animal kingdom, then human. So if you are in animal or human world, a lot of emotion, like it's increasing, right? So in human form, when we are here, we have already crossed the mineral, the plant, the animal. So you have come, the soul has come a long way. So it's not like, this is your first incarnation. However, within the human also, it could be a baby, infant soul, or mature, depends. So without worrying about all this theory, if we say, okay, I'm here to learn, all these challenges are my teachers. Now you will not only understand, but you will love it. I know at this time you will say, I love my challenge. Yes. Once you learn the learning, the life becomes totally different and blissful. So let's see about karma. Karma is another thing which is scary, sometimes very confusing. And yes, anything you do becomes your karma. And then so it's like sometimes people are, oh my God, I should not do anything bad. Or it must be old karmas, my previous life. So it becomes more of a, the negative or the painful thing to think or work on karmas. So here we are talking about a very basic thing. We are not going into all those things, the type, the categories, and all that, and prarabdha karma, and this and that. Yes, in this life, you will make decisions. You will do certain things. You will act. As you make decision, you may hurt some people, you may hurt yourself. Things will happen, and not only your actions, your family actions, and your previous generations actions. All those things do, if you can say, take part in your karmic energy. It is there. So don't worry about this. Here it's a very simple thing to understand. When we are talking about pre-birth planning or soul plan, there are two things within karma that has to happen: balancing of karma, releasing of karma. If we can understand this, it will tremendously help your meditation, your sadhana. Reason being, what disturbs you in your meditation? All the negative or chattering thoughts, noise, and all those things. So all you have to remember is you have to balance and release. That's all. Now, what does balancing means? Balancing means in this example, it was exact two souls, but it not necessarily has to be. So in first incarnation, two souls. So one was the mother, second was son. Mother took care of the son, and there was a health issue. So mother was giving care, son was receiving care. In the next incarnation, they switched the role. Mother became the child, child became mother. And now, again, there was a situation, a different issue where one has to take care of the other. So what happened when they switched role? In one incarnation, the mother, means soul A, experienced what it means to take care of someone. And in the other incarnation, the same soul experienced what it takes to receive care from someone. Now, as I said, this was example where it was exact two souls and there's a switched role, but it could be a different pairing also. Not necessarily, say, for example, there are three soul A, B, C. So in one incarnation, it could be A and B. The other incarnation, it could be B and C. So important thing is experiencing both sides, receiving care, giving care. Now, this is balancing because I've balanced. Another one, if we really see, is this was a case of a child with autism. And in the previous incarnation, the soul was in Nazi's Germany, right? And the person was in their propaganda department. So, as you can imagine, at that time, it was a lot of propaganda going on from the government side, means Nazi side, and they were twisting the facts, like using communication as a tool, means miscommunication, or telling people whatever they wanted to tell. So, in a way, the soul had experienced the misuse of communication. So, in the next life, soul wanted to receive emotions or experience that the value of communication, true value. So the child, in the next incarnation, the soul decided to have the condition of autism where child could not speak. So it was to see the both side. First, where you are kind of, so much using that it is misuse, and the other side, you are not able to, and you are experiencing the other extreme. Again, this is balancing example. Now, the second element of karma, which is release. What does releasing karma means? So, for example, releasing means I have seen both, because then only you can release. I have experienced both sides. But you have to experience with learning. So, for example, I am sick, somebody is taking care of me, so I am receiving care. If I am receiving care, again with gratitude, right, with positive emotion, then I am learning from it. But if I am only whining the whole day, oh, look at my condition, so pathetic, and I'm depending on others, and all those negative emotions, I am not experiencing and learning. I'm experiencing but not learning. Both are important. So not only I have to go through that situation, I have to learn. Even if we flip the other side, means I'm giving care to someone. Still, I have to do with gratitude, understand, appreciate. If I'm giving care and again whining that, oh my God, I cannot do what I want, I have to take care of this person, and all the negative things, then I'm not learning. So that role, that part, that life I'm wasting means I have to reappear in the exam, or that means I have to do one more time. So it doesn't matter giving or receiving, whether it's money, healthcare, any other emotional, doesn't matter what. Whatever we do, if we learn and move forward, now we are ready to release it. So releasing has a prerequisite. You have to experience it and learn from it. Not just experience it, learn. Then only I can release it. So, you know, as you appreciate both sides and release, then you can really come out of it. And sometime when you cannot say no, due to fear, due to certain wrong things, right? So say you have to release the fear. And so to release, you have to overcome it. Because you are saying, no, I'm a lot of fearful, whatever somebody says, or I have done certain wrong things, right? And does not matter which way we look at it. If we look at it as a teacher, as my act to learn to go through those emotions, I have to overcome it. There are different tools which we use, like, for example, forgiveness for self, forgiveness for others. So yes, you have done something or someone has done to you, you have to overcome. So for example, you see, suppose you have honey, right, on the table, and it's out in the open. So you will see the flies coming in. It's very natural. You can catch a fly and you can again release it, but it's out in the open. So some other fly will come. More flies will come. So if you leave the honey there, the flies will keep coming. Doesn't matter you pick or catch and throw, catch and throw. All you have to do is clean the honey. If you clean the honey, remove the honey from there, now no flies are coming there because there is no honey. So similarly, inside, if you still have the fear, if you still have that emotion, the situation in our life will keep repeating, will keep coming. You have to eliminate it. Means you have to really learn and say, okay, chapter close. That is where your healing truly, you can say, takes place, when you not only learn both sides, but release it. So balance and releasing. Now, there could be things, there could be some energies from our previous incarnation, because energy continues. Our body is just bundle of energy. The energy continues. Now, even science has proven, when we check our whether energy part, DNA part, that yes, certain, because you see, whether a cell, which is the smallest unit, or an atom, 99.999% is emptiness. What is that emptiness? It's just energy. So we are truly bundle of energy. So you have to really heal and certainly, get that energy out. And sometime it so happen is, which we have seen through quantum physics also, there are different belief system, there are different thoughts, which becomes your feelings, which give rise to emotions. And that emotion create a lot of enzymes and other chemicals, what we say they release, um, you know, uh, in our body. And those enzymes, hormones are stuck in different organs, and they dictate our situation. So in one example, the person who wanted to come to spirituality, first he went towards alcohol or alcoholism. That means he become, habitual drinker, uh, couldn't help it, drinking heavily. And, alcoholism created that emotional pain in him. So he has no idea. As a soul plan, I have to go towards spirituality. First, got it into a situation where he started drinking heavily. And because of alcoholism, he himself started experiencing that emotional pain. In order to get rid of that emotional pain, he discovered the path of spirituality and then came towards spirituality, got rid of that emotion which was bothering and troubling him inside, and stayed with spirituality. Now, in this example, it sounds a success story, you may say, but why can't a person go straight to the spirituality? So, what happens in such cases is if suppose somebody is born right away in a very spiritual family, you may feel that, okay, the person will stay, but sometimes things that comes very easily to you, you don't appreciate the value. If straight away you come to spirituality, not in all cases, but in certain cases, you may not appreciate and you may go away from it, though your soul plan was to come towards it. So, which way the life and the soul plan brings, it's called contrast. Sometimes you go, sorry, away from it and then you come back. So, this thing is important that, it is not just I have to go straight in that direction. Sometimes you go in the opposite direction. You really understand the value, and then you come back to where you are supposed to be. So this is one thing which is critical to understand, because you may say, why I need to go to the opposite direction? This is the contrast. So to really release, you have to address your belief system. And you have to address it at the level of feeling. That means you have to work on your thoughts, because feeling comes from your thoughts. And that is why when we are meditating, when we are working, you are working on who you are, means you are going to your feeling and then your thought level. So as we were talking about this example of contrast, this person who, who was born in a very chaotic family, nobody's listening to anyone, fighting, all kinds of things. And out of that frustration to be in that situation, that this is a broken family, everybody's after everyone, nobody kind of helping each other, then that person came towards a spirituality where he discovered the peace, the calmness, and oneness. But first went or born in that chaotic family for the greater good, for the bigger picture. But at the time when you are in that situation, you may see that what's going on, or why should I go this? Because life challenges benefit the personality. That's the important thing. So, you know, sometime it may not be straightforward. Another example to understand this, uh, say, you have worked uh, with difficult people, work-wise, colleagues, boss, whatever. And in this situation, when the person had enough, uh, the person was dreaming that, if I win a lottery, I will retire. I will get rid of these, my colleagues, they are jerks, or, they are just, I mean, you feel you are the best, they don't know anything, and their behavior and everything. And you wonder that I've been buying lottery ticket for so many years and I'm not winning. Here is one of the reason why in this example, like, there could be many different ways you can look. So idea is not that I'm buying the lottery ticket, why I'm not winning. In this example, the fundamental reason you are buying the lottery ticket is to go away from these people who you think they are jerk, they are colleagues not worth working for, and you have changed certain jobs, still you find these kind of people in your, workplace. So if your plan is to learn kindness, if your soul plan, part of your purpose of life is to learn generosity, you will not win a lottery. Why? Because if you win, you will miss the point. You are still in that anger, ego, and all those things. Because your focus is just, I don't want to work with these jerks. That's the mind which is processing this information. If you learn kindness and generosity, which is your aim, that's where it is taking you, right? Uh, You may feel your life is harsh or what kind of situation, yet as you develop kindness and generosity, you will see that, okay, now again, you will feel the blissfulness at the soul level. So the question is, suffering is awakening you. These people around you, you planned it so that you learn the generosity and all those things. They are behaving like this. Maybe you behave like this before with others, you did certain things, but your plan is to go the other side. That's why they are behaving like this, so that you go in the opposite direction. Means you learn kindness, you learn generosity. So don't be negative about the situation. Situation is helping you. The greatest healing is, comes when you ask why and let the universe take care of it. And for that, you have to meditate to, go inside. But ask the question why, leave it to the universe. Let the universe answer you. That's why you don't need any guru, any master, because everything is inside you. Your God is inside you, your guru is inside you. You have to ask that question and wait for the answer from the universe. But in this example, again, it is forcing you to ask and find that, because you are discovering yourself. You are creating that energy which is attracting the answer. So that is why you have to really work on yourself. Now you may say, oh, why can't I be born with all this information already being aware of, right? If I know my soul plan, everything, it will be very easy. But remember, if you give an open book exam, you hardly learn from it. All you have to do is find out, how to use the index. You see the question in the exam and you see, okay, this belongs to this topic, page number so and so. You go there, see the answer and write it down. You are not learning. You're just learning how to use the index, how to use the book, which is where, and all that. You didn't learn the topic. That's why it is good that it's a very good system that we are not born with this information. And that is the logic. So you have to come out of the victim consciousness. We have to dissolve our judgmental thing. Don't be angry. So in judgmental thing, I'll give you one example, and this example is from US. There was a family, a very rich family, and a brother and two sisters. They got a lot of wealth in inheritance. So the sisters were very upset with the brother that, hey, we all three got the same amount of money from the parent side, and look, we are doing so good. And the brother, you are homeless. That means you lost all the money. You are living under the bridge, and so they were still upset, upset in the sense feeling bad for him. And so they went and met him, saw the conditions, obviously, and they were very emotional. And then they got through, uh, there are people who can make you can go through to learn the soul plan, what is your, or, past life regression. There are different techniques that you can go through. So once they did their past life regression, they learned that the brother is doing for them. They had a contract with the brother that these sisters, they wanted to learn, like go away from the judgmental nature, because we all have certain whatever specific things. Some people may have against people who take drugs or alcoholism, or we are judgmental about even how people dress, how people talk, how people walk, different type of judgmental nature we may have. So they had this contract that, okay, he will do such things, so that they understand what is compassion. So the sisters wanted to learn compassion. That's why the brother agreed to be homeless and to do all these things, so that they learn compassion. The moment they learned this, of course, they had tears and all, because so far they were very judgmental about the brother, and obviously negative feeling, negative image. So you see, Who's doing what for us, we have no idea. We just think, oh, he's a failure or she's a failure, or look what this person has done in his life, wasted, or career, or relationship, whatever. But you don't know what contract this person may have to help someone else. So whatever you are judging, make note of that. It's a good tool to look inside. Whatever you are most harsh about people in your life, try to find what the opposite of it. Because whatever you are judging in others, most probably you had that trait in the previous life. You have that energy in you to some degree, and you are trying to overcome that. So don't be angry towards your soul. All you have to do is, like you hug the baby, feel the courage. You may have, uh, you know, done certain things others may have done. Don't worry, just work with it. Don't fight with it. Just hold your anger, try to understand. Use that energy as a teacher and move. And that's why understanding is important, because if you don't understand, there will be resistance. And whatever you resist persists. You can't overcome until you come to a term with it. Till the time you're resisting, the emotions will not come out. We are here to heal. If you keep resisting healing, you will not go the other side. So your experience of life is not just your life plan, your soul plan, but how you're responding. Remember the free will. So you came with the plan is one thing, but now how you're responding it, how you are improving yourself. That's why meditation is so important. You go inside, understand the whatever the emotions, and you keep working. Remove your resistance. Work on those low level frequencies, judgmental nature, and all those fear, biasness, and all those things. As you bring oneness, as you bring true love, your energy will go up, your frequency goes up, your consciousness goes up, your healing takes place. So, masters, I hope these examples helped in understanding. And if there is any question, we'll take it now.